What if I told you that you could totally transform your financial life and bank a cool $10,000 in just 12 months, even if you're only pulling in 30 grand a year? Today's explainer, guys, we're going to break down the exact step-by-step system that absolutely anyone can use to hit this massive milestone. And right off the bat, let me be crystal clear. We are not talking about forcing yourself to eat ramen noodles for every meal or completely stripping all the joy.
30 grand and trying to save 10 of it? It kind of sounds like a mathematical fantasy, right? But the reality is, it's not a fantasy at all. It's just a formula. Look, most people fail at this because they're following totally outdated advice that just doesn't work for average incomes anymore. Stick with me here, because when we get to step number 3, we're going to cover the exact trap that 90% of people fall right into when they...
Let's dive into this. Here is our exact roadmap for today. First, the $10,000 challenge. Second, automate your savings now. Third, the 50-20-30 budget upgrade. Fourth, attack income and big expenses. And finally, track progress.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the $10,000 challenge.
When you stare down a massive number like $10,000, it instantly triggers this crazy sense of overwhelm, right? It makes most of us want to just throw our hands up and quit before we've even started. But let's look at the micromath. 10 grand a year actually boils down to a way less terrifying target of just $833 a month. Boom! Suddenly, we aren't staring at this insurmountable, life-altering mountain to cash. We're just talking about finding $833 over the course of 30 days. It totally shifts your brain from thinking, wow, this is impossible, to, okay, how do I optimize my month?
Right along to Section 2, automate your savings now.
Look, the absolute golden rule of building wealth is paying yourself first. If we take that micromath strategy one step further, $833 a month breaks down to exactly $208 every single week. The very second your paycheck hits, an automated transfer guarantees you won't accidentally blow it on, impulsive online purchases. It completely removes human error and your own willpower from the equation. Because let's be real, if you wait until the end of the month to save whatever magically happens to be left over, you're going to save zero. Guaranteed. Life will always find a way to spend your money if you just leave it sitting right there.
That $208 in your normal bank account? Super risky. You want to move it to a totally separate, high-yield savings account to get that amazing out-of-sight, out-of-mind advantage. If you're based in the US, look into fantastic options like Ally or Marcus. And if you're tuning in from the UK, definitely check out Chase or Zopa. Earning a high yield in a completely separate account basically protects your money from yourself.
All right, Section 3, the 50-20-30 budget upgrade.
Okay, here's where we hack the standard financial rules to aggressively accelerate your wealth building. Instead of the classic 50-30-20 rule, where 30% of your money goes to your wants, we are flipping the script and cutting those wants down to 20%. This allows you to funnel a massive 30% directly into your savings. Yes, it definitely requires a bit of discipline up front, but reallocating that 10% literally makes all the difference when you're strictly trying to maximize your cash return. Now, to make this budget upgrade actually work in the real world, you have to know exactly where your cash is flowing. I want you to track every single penny for 30 days using an app like YNAB, Monarch, or even just a free, simple Google Sheet. Trust me, it becomes shockingly clear where money is quietly leaking out of your wallet.
Once you've tracked your spending, it is time to plug those leaks. Look really closely at those daily coffee runs, the digital subscriptions you forgot you even had, and the absolute ultimate budget killer, food delivery. Simply eliminating these 3 incredibly common leaks can immediately save you an extra $300 a month. And that $300, it goes straight toward our $833 monthly goal.
Which brings us to Section 4, attack income and big expenses. Let's face a harsh reality here. You really cannot just save your way to 10 grand on a lower income alone. There's a floor to how much you can cut, but there is absolutely no ceiling to how much you can earn. A side hustle pulling in an extra $200 to $300 a month is exactly where most people fail to act. So let's talk rapid-fire hustles. You can freelance the skills you already have on Upwork. You can drive for DoorDash on the weekends, flip stuff on Facebook Marketplace, or even leverage some of the new...
Let me show you exactly why this matters so much. Earning just a tiny bit extra, let's say $250 a month from one of those side hustles, multiplied by 12 months, that equals $3,000. That covers 30% of your entire $10,000 goal. You do not need a second full-time job for this. You literally just need a targeted, consistent mini income stream to...
Next up, we need to aggressively hack away at your baseline costs by mapping out an attack plan for your absolute largest expenses. We call these the Big 3. For housing, could you potentially get a roommate to split rent? For transport, can you refinance your car to a lower rate? Or maybe even sell it for something a bit cheaper? And for food, Can you commit to meal prepping every single Sunday instead of eating out? The beauty of attacking the big three is that even small adjustments yield massive returns. If you can manage to cut just $150 across these three major categories every month, that gives you a massive $1,800 more per year to dump straight into that high-yield savings account. Think about it. You're engineering the extra money you need directly from the expenses you
Home stretch. Section 5. Track progress and celebrate. The truth is, money is a deeply emotional thing, and raw willpower definitely fades over a 12-month grind. Your financial journey needs an emotional anchor to keep you pushing forward when things inevitably get tough. So, to create that anchor, make it visual and gamify your journey. Print out a $10,000 thermometer, tape it right to your fridge, and physically color it in every single week as your savings grow. When you actually see your progress visually represented like that, you stay highly motivated across all 12 months. Oh, and please don't forget to celebrate every single $1,000 milestone you hit along the way.
Let's do a rapid-fire recap of the entire system. 1. Automate $208 a week to a high-yield account. 2. Upgrade to a 50-20-30 budget and plug your money leaks. 3. Add one targeted income stream. 4. Cut your big 3 expenses. And 5. Track it all visually. Guys, hitting $10,000 in 1 year on a $30,000 salary isn't based on luck. It is based on exact math and
So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Which step are you going to start with today? Seriously, don't wait for tomorrow. Drop a comment down below right now with your first action step and lock in your commitment. If this explainer brought you some value today, be sure to hit subscribe. Because in next week's explainer, we are diving deep into the 5 best index funds for beginners in 2026. You absolutely won't want to miss it. Catch you in the next one.